Hello, hello, everybody. I hope you guys are all getting the notifications of this live class as we come on. I'm just waiting for you guys to jump on. I want to start off today's class by addressing a few questions from yesterday. There was some pretty powerful healing experiences yesterday, and so I want to be able to address some of the questions and concerns that came up yesterday, and then we will definitely help you to move forward. Hey Gina, glad that you're here. We're just going to wait a few seconds for people to jump on. I'm hoping that you guys are getting the notifications when we go live. Some people are not, and they're having a hard time finding the live video. So we're just going to be patient with Facebook and give everybody an opportunity to get on. You had an interesting experience yesterday with some of this energetic release. So I'm really excited to get to share with you guys more tools today. We're going to take it a little bit deeper, a little bit farther, and really excited. If you guys are just jumping on, type something into the chat box. Let me know that you're here. And I think what we'll do first, we have a couple of questions from yesterday that I want to address before we jump into today's curriculum, which is we're just going to be learning how to do more releasing. You guys have hopefully had enough of an opportunity to kind of identify what your triggers are, you know, what you feel like is really at the root for the most part of what's going on with your anxiety. Okay, a few more people are coming on. So let's start talking about these questions. There was a question or like a comment from Kim Brown from yesterday's class, and she was asking about, is there a place that I can go, like are there places specifically that I can go to amplify my energy when I'm centering or meditating or whatever? And my answer to that is, absolutely. There's things that you can do that will make you feel better, feel a little bit more energized. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining. Jump on, type something into the chat box. Let us know that you're here. We're just addressing some questions from yesterday, and we're talking about Kim Brown's question that had to do, it was related to, are there places that we can go in order to amplify and elevate the energy that we feel inside of our bodies? The answer, it's a two-part answer to that question, yes and no. So yes, in the terms of, yeah, there's always, you can be out in nature and you can notice that it feels really good. You can be out in the ocean or on the sand or in the sunshine or, you know, in a spiritual place for you. Some people like to go to the temple or a place like that where they feel that amplified energy. Hey guys, thank you for joining. Hey, Aunt Joan is on here too. Thanks for being on here, and thanks for letting us know, reaching out and letting us know that you guys are here. I'm just addressing more questions. The second part of that question that Kim had was, I would like to answer that question as no. You don't necessarily have to go to any specific place in order to amplify and raise the vibration or the frequency of your energy, because you are the amplification. You are the raised vibration. You be that place. So when I take you through the centering process again today, I want to take you further, deeper into that experience so that you can notice that it really doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't even matter what the external circumstances of your life are. You could be in the middle of a really heated battle, an argument, a discussion where you feel like you're being attacked in some way, and still have that elevated, high, amplified energy going on in your body to the point where you can almost say, it is what it is, and I'm okay. I'm okay. Right? So as anxiety sufferers, we want to get to that place. Definitely we want to get to that place, because many of us who have experienced anxiety and depression, we have felt like victims for so long in our lives. And nobody wants to feel powerless. Nobody wants to feel like the victim. Okay, hope that answered your question, Kim. There was another question by Karen Payton yesterday that talked about protection. She was asking whether or not I do like an exercise that helps to protect my own energy from outside sources, or whether or not I protect my home and my property. I'm going to answer that two ways again. Sorry. The answer to that question is yes and no. In the beginning, when I first started developing some of the processes and procedures that I use in my healing practice, I did start out doing that, putting a big giant bubble around myself to protect myself from everything. And what I've noticed in recent years is that I don't feel like I feel like I no longer need to protect. I hope that makes sense to you. So the safest place for you to be, if you watched the broadcast yesterday, I taught you how to take your awareness and your attention and get inside of your body. It's the difference between externally referencing, like noticing all of the things going on in your external world, and internally referencing, noticing all of the stuff that's going on inside of you. Okay, so what I'm teaching you is how to internally reference and stop externally referencing, because if you see the world as if it's all this external stuff that's around you, there's so much in that external world that can pose as a threat to you. And if you feel like you have to protect yourself from all the stuff that's swirling around and that's potential threat or that's potentially dangerous to you, it puts you back into that state of victimization. And as anxiety sufferers, the worst place for you to be is in the mode of feeling like you're a victim to anything. So one of the things that I'm going to teach you throughout this week is I'll take you through an essence meditation where we will tap into the deeper levels of your being, and you will understand, because you will feel the infinite, eternal nature of your being. So without these physical bodies to kind of distract us and to bring us into the 5 physical senses and to have us being very much aware of the external world around us, if we didn't have the physical body, we would be very awake and very much aware of our eternal, infinite nature as an infinite being. All of us are an infinite being. So think about, what is infinity? Doesn't have an end. It can't run out of time. It can't be killed. It can't be destroyed. It can't have anything taken from it. And so if you start to build an identity for yourself around your infinite nature, you can just relax and let go of everything, because there is no threat to an infinite being, ultimately. There really isn't. So we are going to talk more about that. I want to get deeper into that, but in answer to your question in a more simplistic way, Karen, is no, I don't feel like I need to protect anymore. I don't put a giant bubble around myself anymore. There are certain things that I do if I feel like somebody is in my space and they're projecting onto me, then I'll put up some mirrors that reflect back to them. But for the most part, no. I think being dropped down into your body, expanded out, and feeling as if you are an expanded infinite being, like the sun, right? Almost like you stepped into the center of the sun and the sun stepped into the center of you. That feeling of expansion, as long as your awareness is inside your body and you're spread out like that, that is the safest place for you to be. That is protection. So for me personally, and for how I work with my own personal clients, that's how I do it. I'm not knocking if people want to put a big giant bubble around themselves and around their property and protect themselves from anything outside of you. You can do that if that makes you feel better or makes you feel safe. But for me, as far as the way that I experience it, I've opted not to do that anymore, because what that does is, number one, it makes me feel like a victim, and number two, it makes me feel separated from everything else. If I feel like I have to be protected from everything and put myself in a bubble, then now I'm separate from everything, and that changes the nature of the state of consciousness that you put yourself into. Because ultimately, as an infinite being, we're all one. We're all connected. We're all one. You can't run away from what you are connected to infinitely, divinely. We're all connected to everything and everyone. And so if you feel like you need to run and hide and protect from everything that is one, then you've just separated yourself from that wholeness or that oneness. All things are one great whole. So it's one of the modes of spontaneous healing is putting yourself into the awareness of being a part of that one great whole, that we're all connected anyways. Hey, Summer, glad you joined us. Gina says, mountains make me feel close to God. Okay, awesome. Glad you guys are all on here. It's a really good turnout today. So I hope that answered your question, Karen. I'm not knocking if you do have your own ways of protecting, go ahead and do that. But just be careful. Be careful of the state of consciousness that it puts you into. Oneness, that feeling of oneness and unity with all things, is actually a mode of spontaneous healing. It will put your body into the vibration or the frequency of spontaneous healing. So we want that. Let's see. Carlene Dunn had a really amazing experience yesterday after we did our clearing and healing and releasing. I taught you 2 different tools. She had an amazing release tied to an emotion that bubbled up as she was on her way to an appointment after that. And all this emotion... Did I lose ya? Sorry, I bet I froze for a minute there. Sorry about that. Anyway, Carlene had an amazing release yesterday that was tied to an emotion. Once that released, then the pain in her lower back area released as well. So do you guys kind of see how this is, it's all playing into that. You got to notice, I'm teaching you how to notice what your body is doing. Where did you create this? Where did you create the problem in the first place? And where are you storing the energy to that? So let's see. Ultimately, in our healing journeys and throughout this 5-day challenge, you guys are going to be learning how to release the part of you that created it. Because ultimately, if you want to heal from the anxiety, the depression, the bipolar, whatever it is that's holding you back and gripping you with this impending doom and fear and the problematic situation that's coming up in your body, if you want to release that and heal it and let it go for good, you have to be willing to, number 1, create awareness as to what caused it, what's triggering it, how did I create this? And number 2, you've got to be willing to let go of the parts of you that created that in the first place. That's what lies at the root of all healing. And I've told people this for years. All healing is a restoration of truth. It's restoring and returning you back to truth. All sickness and all disease and illness is just how far away you've wandered from who you really are, which ultimately is that infinite, divine, glorious, eternal being. So we want to help you to create an identity out of that being, the truth of who you are, the authenticity of who you are, and maintain and hold on to that, because that is what lies at the root of all spontaneous healing in your physical body. So, yeah. And then Cheryl Oakleberry had, she was really having some struggles. If you're on here, Cheryl, will you let me know whether or not you still feel like you need some help in the clearing and releasing of that? You were having some intense pressure coming up in the third eye every time I had you go down to the base of the spine and take your awareness down there. So I definitely want to get to the root of that. I don't want to leave you hanging or suffering in any way. So if you're on here today or if you're watching the replay, please just keep engaged with the tools and the things that I'm going to be teaching you today. Lastly, a little bit of housekeeping for today. There was a question, I can't remember. Sheila, was it you? I think it was Sheila Layton that asked the question in one of the posts earlier. Where do I get access to these live videos permanently? Where can I have permanent access to them? The answer to that question is you can't. Sorry. This is a live class, but I don't want to leave you hanging. And if you do have loved ones who really could benefit from this class, I want to try and find a way to accommodate you. So what I'm going to try to do, if I have time, this whole week with this 5-day challenge has been a little consuming of my time. If I have a little bit of time, I may try to take the videos off of here and just post them onto a web page that you will have access to throughout the weekend, the coming weekend. I might extend it. I might not. I haven't decided yet how I'm going to do that, because ultimately this is a course that I have charged upwards of over $1,000 for this course before in order to take people through this process. And what I'm doing with it now, with this 5-day anxiety release challenge, what I'm doing is trying to gather information and more data so that I can refine the course and make it better for those of you. So in answer to your question, yes, you will have an opportunity at some point in time to have these 5 videos plus tons more. I will be releasing the beta version of the new version of this course. And you guys will have access to that at a way deeply discounted price. So just keep your heads up and know that you will still have access to these videos even long after we're done. You'll have an opportunity to take advantage of that if you do choose to do that. But for those of you who want to participate in this 5-day challenge and have access to those videos, I think what I'll try to do either today or tomorrow is put up a web page where you can just access video 1, video 2, video 3, video 4. That will be an extremely limited time offer, so you will definitely need to take advantage of that as quickly as you possibly can. Okay, so let's just dive into day 2. What we want to talk about today is I want to take you deeper into this release process. Hopefully you've had an opportunity to look at what your triggers are, what you think is lying at the root of this problem with panic attacks and worry and depression and anxiety. So just to recap from yesterday, I taught you how to notice, how to feel where the root is inside of your body, right? I taught you how to notice the sensations of where you're storing the packets of energy or the packets of information around this stuff. It's all based on frequency, right? And so sometimes, depending on what goes on in your body and in your life, you can take an experience in and feel the emotion of that experience, but then forget to release it and let it go. Because we're taught, don't cry, don't be angry, don't be sad, swallow it, stop crying. We're taught that, discomforting feelings that don't feel good in our bodies, we're taught that those are bad and that we shouldn't be having them. And that's not true. That's not true. The only path to healing is to feel and release. And so sometimes in the case of let's say that you went through a traumatic car accident or, a rape or an abuse of some sort that was really too intense for you to feel and release in the moment. And, if that's the case, it's too intense. You just can't process that in the moment. You got to come back to it. And so if you went through something like that, typically our gut response is to clamp down on it. We clamp down, we resist, we build up these walls, and we tighten the body. Anywhere you hold tension and tightness around it, you're going to seal it shut. You're going to seal those emotions and those feelings and those problems, the frequency in the body, and it can't escape because it's so heavy. Right? Not sure what's happening here with the loss of my internet. Sorry, you guys. That's a little frustrating. Anyways, so the only way to heal that is to go back, address it, put awareness there, feel and release. Karen says, thank you. My daughter is in the middle of exams and she couldn't listen to the replay. Oh, okay. Awesome. I hope that helps you guys. I don't want to leave you hanging, and I don't want to just cut you off. I want you guys to be able to get the full benefit of these classes, and if you have loved ones that need them, I want that for them. So, okay, so yesterday we talked a little bit about feeling where you stored these packets of information. I want to illustrate that with a little story. It's a short story. It's about my son who had been bullied on the bus on the way home from school. And he came home and I could tell he was clearly really upset. He was bothered by something. I mean, he was crying, so he was upset. And I was like, what's going on, buddy? What happened? And he said, these kids on the bus, they took my backpack, they were teasing me, they were making fun of me, they wouldn't give my backpack back, and anyway, I said, how does that make you feel? And then he just started to cry. He was like, really sad. He was just so sad, tears coming down his face. And my first gut instinct as a mom years ago would have been, don't cry, don't do that, stop crying, you're okay, you're fine. Pat him on the back, send him on his way, distract him from the feeling. Because I don't want to feel it, right? I don't want to have to feel that pain. And so as parents, sometimes we're afraid to let our children feel their own feelings. But instead, no, the Spirit whispered something else to me, and it said, just sit down with him and let him have the feeling. And so I just said, you know what? It's okay that you feel that way. It's okay. You go ahead and feel it. It's okay that you feel that way. And I just kept telling him that. I put my arm around him, and I just hugged him, and I held him, and I let him cry. And he cried, he sobbed, belly sobbing for about a minute, you know? And after it was over, he stood up, he wiped his tears, he picked up his stuff and went back downstairs to go play. He came back 10 minutes later and he said to me, "Thanks for making me feel so much better, Mom. I feel so much better." And you know, I learned an important lesson from that. I learned that, number one, the kindest thing you can do for yourself and for anybody else is to let them have their dang feelings. Let them have an opportunity to feel what they do feel. Let them acknowledge that to you, and you affirm it, acknowledge it back to them, and give them validation for their feelings. Just let them have it and just be there for them while they do have it. Because, you know, our natural state is to feel and release. That's our natural state, and that is healing. That's very healing. Had I said to him, stop crying, you're okay, and patted him on the back and just went, you're fine, you don't need to cry about this, you're fine, don't worry about it. Had I taught him how to swallow it back into his body and shove it back down inside, he probably would have carried that memory and the emotional spike associated with it till the end of time, till it made him sick, till he found himself in therapy somewhere trying to dig it out and feel and release it, which is what all we are doing in these classes today. It was we're looking backward, tracing it back to try to find out what have we stored in our bodies that we haven't given ourselves permission to feel and release. Let me ask you this question, you guys. Type your answers in the chat box, please. When was the last time anybody, including yourself, gave you permission to feel whatever you were feeling? Usually you get permission to feel happy because that just feels good all the way around. But when you have feelings that come through the body that create real intense sensations in the body, that we're not sure we want to have those sensations, then we clamp down on it, we swallow it down, we push it down, we shove it away, and refuse to feel. You can only do that for so long before your body will begin to break down, and your body will begin to scream and yell at you to try to get your attention as to where you put it and what it's all about. So that's where I want to go today. Not sure, about 2 months ago. Okay, so my question to you guys was, when was the last time anyone gave you permission to feel? Yeah, about 2 months ago. That's actually pretty good. When I ask that question to my coaching clients in here one-on-one, most people say, never. I've never been given permission to feel my feelings. So if that's the case for you, stop it. Stop it. Feel your feelings and let other people feel theirs. And just know it is what it is. It's okay for them to feel what they're feeling. A lot of times as empaths, we don't want other people to have their strong emotions. Yeah, Marlene says it's been a while. Shauna says, whenever I need to cry and I am crying, my family will say to me, "Are you crying again?" Yeah. You know what? You need to just train your family, Shauna. Train your family. You know what? I'm healing right now. I'm feeling and releasing. You should be grateful that I'm crying because I'm letting it go. Yeah, because if you don't, it's going to make you sick. It will make you sick. Your body will show you where you put this stuff. It really will. So let's talk a little bit about your anxiety then. We're specifically focusing on anxiety. Want you to think about your own panic attacks, the way that you feel like you might be being triggered. Is it maybe connected to a food problem or a toxin of some sort? Is it connected to a psychic attack or maybe a psychic trauma, which basically just means you've had emotional trauma in your life at some point in time, and this goes all the way back to that. I stopped crying about 20 years ago. Wow. Oh, Karen, that hurts. That really hurts what you just said. I can feel the heaviness of that, what you're carrying around. So the fact that you felt not safe to express and feel your emotions and release them, that makes me sad even. But today, I don't want to pull you down into your sadness anymore. I want to help you to liberate yourself from that and feel and release. And you know, this isn't talk therapy. We don't really have to talk much about it. We just have to observe, where am I feeling this inside of the body and what can I do about it now? Sabrina says, a couple of days ago, I explained to my hubby to let me be. And I appreciate he likes to be funny, but sometimes I don't need it. So he just hugged me. Oh, that's so sweet. You know what? I hope you told your husband and affirmed to him and validated what he just did. Because that's the kindest thing that a human being can do for another human being, is to just let them feel. You know, just hug me and just be here with me and let me have my feelings, please. Breathing. Gina. Breathing. Yeah, I know. I am feeling the weight of what Karen just brought up. So Karen, we want to help you today with that. Emotional trauma from childhood. Gina says, I could not breathe from lungs and didn't know I had asthma at the time. Okay, interesting. So lungs, that's typically where we store grief, deep sadness. Sometimes it'll show up as anger in the heart chakra, but mostly anger is a cover-up for deep sadness and grief. So just notice that. Anger is just a cover-up. So if you can feel and release the anger, sometimes you'll get to the root of the deep sadness that lives there. I'm going to take you guys through an exercise today. Shauna says, where does financial stress fall? Base of the spine. That's the root chakra. It's all about not feeling safe. So if you have financial issues that are really bothering you, you probably have lower back problems or problems in the root chakra, which is the base of the spine or lower, down the legs, the knees, the feet, the ankles. Okay? All right. Got it. Good. Good. So today, before we get into our little exercise where I'm going to teach you some tools again today, I want to go over the 3 modes of release. So now that you know the 10 different ways that you could potentially be triggered by a panic attack, most of you guys, I think intuitively, you're going to know. You're going to have this sense, this knowing, because you know your bodies. You're going to know, is this food allergy related? Is it a trauma? Is it a memory? Is it maybe some spiritual gifts coming to the surface? Is spirit trying to come through and get my attention? You're going to know what your triggers are. Intuitively, if you tap into the center, your higher self is going to tell you what's going on and what direction you need to go. So there are 3 different modes of release then. So now that you have the 10 different triggers, the 10 different ways that a panic attack or an anxiety attack can come on, then you're going to funnel that down into 3 different channels. If you feel like this is coming through from spirit, either a spirit attack from another spirit being or an entity, then obviously you're going to want to learn how to cast that out. And I'm going to teach you that tomorrow. There's specific wording that I personally use. You can do it however you want to do it. You can establish your own way of doing it, but I will teach you my way, the way that I do it, and the reasons why I do it. But that will be for day 3. So that's the first way. The second way of releasing is to get to the root, and that's what we're going to talk about today, and we did a little bit yesterday. Get to the energetic root. Find out where you're storing this packet of energy in the body and just clear and release it. And I'll be teaching you some tools for how to do that as well. Now, I feel like what I'm going to teach you today, the getting to the root of it, finding where it lives in your body, feeling the sensation in your body, and then clearing and releasing that, I feel like this across the board will cover all of the triggers, all of them. It will. Because anytime you release energy, you transform the energy is what we're doing. We're actually changing the vibration or the frequency of the energy. We're tuning it into a higher frequency. And once you do that, then the energy in your body will just continue and start to flow again the way that it is meant to. You don't have to necessarily push it or shove it out of the body. We're changing the frequency of it. So that's why we call it energetic transformation. So we're finding lower vibrational packets of energy in your body, like low level, heavy, dense frequency. We're changing the frequency, raising the frequency, and then it will leave of its own accord. And when it leaves, you know what? It's a good thing, because when that energy finally does leave your body, it's really elevated, it's light, it's fluffy, it feels good, and you're just sending that good feeling out into the space around you to heal other people. So this is actually one of the safest ways to process emotion, to process energy, whatever the energy, wherever it comes from. Even if the energy has an intelligence, like let's say it's a being that has inhabited your body that's taking something from you. Maybe it's a demon or an entity or something like that is taking something from you. It's all energy, right? So all you got to do is transform the energy, raise the vibration, and it will leave of its own accord. Okay? That's the second mode of release, finding the energy and releasing it. The third mode of release is what I call detox. Now, I'm going to be teaching you that on day 4. I'll teach you how to do an energetic detox as well as a literal physical detox. And I'm going to give you the recipe to this amazing detox tea that I drink every day. And really, this is one of the simplest, most delicious ways that you can detox your body. It's not, It's not harsh. You don't have to do any fasting. You don't have to do any diet or lifestyle changes. You just drink the tea. And it will help to pull toxins out and clear your mind and make you just feel better. So I will be teaching you this stuff. I'll share some recipes, but I'm also going to teach you how to detox energy out of the body. Jennifer says, so yummy, love that tea. I know, right? It is so yummy. Okay, so let's jump into doing some healing and clearing then. Let's see if I forgot anything. Did we talk about this? Ultimately, you need to learn how to let go of the parts of you that created it and become the next evolution of yourself. And that's what we're here to do, is for you to learn how to become the next evolution of yourself. This really is a transformational process. You're transforming energy that lives inside your body that is affecting your psyche, it's affecting your personality, it's affecting how you are able to live your life. So when you transform that, you become something different. And it's really powerful. It's life-changing. What else? Let me see. I have a list here. Okay, let's actually just go into some healing then. I want you guys to think about one of the triggers that you came up with as you went through the homework for yesterday. Thinking about one of the last times that you had a severe attack of anxiety or panic or maybe even depression when you were when it was at its worst. I want you to kind of tune into that. If you guys need to grab a pencil and a paper, please do that, because it might be really helpful for you to take some notes as we work you through this process. So I'm going to teach you what I call mapping it out. We're going to map it out. We're going to feel and release it. So this is the mapping out process. And I want you to just think of the last time that your anxiety was at its worst. Okay? Write it down. I'm going to give you a few seconds to go find your paper and your pen. And you will write down at the top of your paper when your anxiety was at its worst. Think of that one memory. Could have been yesterday. It could have been 10 years ago. Okay, but just think of when it was at its worst. And then also write down what was going on in your life at the time when this panic attack happened. You might be having them daily, who knows? But what was going on in your life? What was the external situations that were going on in your life? Were there traumas? Was there a situation that triggered a memory? Was there maybe a new normal? Maybe, life shifted in a way that you had to create a new normal for yourself. Maybe you experienced a loss of some sort. So think about around that time that you experienced when the panic attacks or the anxiety attacks first came on. How about we do that? So write that down. When you first started to notice these attacks or the problem, what was going on in your life? Was there a trauma? Was there some drama? Was there a life situation? Was there a change in your life? Maybe a loss that you experienced, a new normal that you had to go through. Think about what was this setting? What was the external setting? Was there something that took place before you noticed that these anxiety problems or symptoms began to really manifest themselves? A lot of you guys know what it's connected to in your life. There might be a memory, there might be a circumstance, a situation, a relationship issue. Figure it out. Write it down on your piece of paper. What was going on in your life either before or around that time period? Okay? Now, and I gave you some examples. Maybe you lost something. There was a loss. Maybe there was a new normal. There was a trauma or a drama or a struggle of some sort in your life. Typically, when we experience anxiety, usually what lies at the root is something that causes you to feel like I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not capable. I can't. I don't know. I don't know who I am anymore. So usually anxiety is connected to experiences that cause you to have those feelings about yourself. Do you see that they're just feelings of self-disapproval? That's all they are. So if we can get to the root of that and find those feelings of self-disapproval, we can release that stuff. Not worthy. Thank you for sharing, Jean. I appreciate that. Now, as you bring this original situation up, I want you to go not to the panic attack. I want you to go to the memory. I want you to go to the experience. I want you to go to the drama, the setting, what was taking place. Picture it in your mind. Bring it up. Light it up like a Christmas tree. Whoa, okay. Some of you really lit it up. I'm feeling it in my body right now. Where do you feel the discomfort of that memory, that situation, that problem, that struggle? Where do you feel the discomfort of that in your body? The original memory, where do you feel it? Where is the discomfort? For some of you, it might be a little bit huge and you're afraid to go there. So what we're going to do before you go there, Patricia's feeling it in the heart. Awesome. Now what I want you guys to do, I'm going to reteach you how to center. I'll take you through the process again. This is called being centered. Melanie's was losing my freedom. Heart. Okay, awesome. Stomach and chest. Good, 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 good. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your feedback. Now I'm going to take you guys through the centering process. So take all of your attention, excuse me, take all of your awareness, your attention, and go inside your body. And soften your body a little bit. You might need to drop your shoulders, roll your head around on your neck to just soften and loosen things up just a little bit. Whew. Okay, guys, all of you that are posting into the chat box, thank you so much for your feedback. Write that down on your piece of paper so that you can keep track of where you're feeling it. When we get you centered, I'm going to have you give it a number. Add a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. body and heart goes haywire. Wow, Sabrina. Wow, write that down, please, on your piece of paper. And also write down on a scale from 1 to 10, how bad is it? How badly does that bother you? Everybody do that. Give it a number. If 10 is the worst and 0 is, I'm fine, write down the number. How badly does that feel, the sensation feel in your body? When you bring it up, light it up. Whew, take your awareness, all your attention, go inside your body, drop down to the base of the spine. All I want you to do is think about your tailbone. There you go. Get into your hips, your legs, your feet. Cheryl, if you're watching and it brings up the pressure in the third eye once again, just breathe and soften. That's all I want you to do. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Try to soften it and release any tension in your body that you're noticing. Oh, Jennifer's is at a 10. Holy cow. It kept her up all night. I'm so sorry. Let's get this down to a 0, girl. Let's get it down. Here we go. So the key to healing is to bring the feeling from way out of whack, way out of discomfort, out of comfort and in discomfort. You want to bring it back into a place of love and peace and bliss. That's what we're going to work on now. That's how we heal it. That's how we release it. So we're going to find the feeling. How bad do you feel it? You guys are feeling 7s and 10s. That's, ugh. We're going to bring those numbers down and bring you back into a centered state. When my eyes are closed, they seem to be bouncing around in my head. Is it Melanie? Okay, interesting. That's very interesting. Take your attention, get out of your head, and take all of your awareness and drop down to the base of the spine. Jennifer, you're going to laugh at this, but I want you to imagine a giant nose at the base of the spine. I'm laughing already because of the last session you and I had about this. Take and imagine that there's a giant nose at the base of your spine and breathe in through that. And breathe down the legs and out the feet. A couple of good breaths. Jennifer, I'm laughing every time I do. I can't even do it with a straight face now. It's so funny. Okay, breathing in. I know, so funny. I'm so sorry. Still breathe in through the base of the spine. Stop it. Stop laughing. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to soften your muscles and breathe and release. Jennifer's got me going. You need to stop it, Jennifer. All right. Breathing up the body on the inhale. Breathe back down the body on the exhale. Holding all of your awareness, all of your attention at the base of the spine. Don't leave that spot. Do not leave the base of the spine. You can actually go down below the base of the spine if you want to, but don't go above it. So put your thought, your attention, your awareness, your presence. Just be in your body and breathe. On the exhale, I want you to use the exhale to soften any tension. You guys are probably going to notice it showing up in the shoulders, so just drop your shoulders and release and let those go. Good. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now I'm going to teach you the fire breathing method. A lot of you guys already know it. I've done it multiple times before inside of this group, so you should be pretty familiar with it. If you're not, what it is, it's just short fire breaths. They go in through the nose, out through the mouth, like that. You don't have to do the hand signs either. I'm just showing you how forceful to use the breath. We'll do 20 of them back to back. You might want to sit down with a back against your back so that you don't fall over. So you are going to be dizzy when you do this, but you want that because we're changing up energy inside of the body. We're inviting it to change and do something different. So on the count of 3, holding awareness at the base of the spine, softening your muscles. We're going to do 20 of these fire breaths close together. Here we go. Go. Don't hold your breath. Keep the breath moving in through your nose, out through the mouth. And use your belly, please, when you breathe. Don't breathe up and down with the shoulders. Use your belly. Big, long, nice, clearing, relaxing breaths. When you breathe in, holding your awareness at the base of the spine, take in all of the oxygen that you need. Breathing out, breathe out all the gunk and release. Just release. It's almost like you're just letting out all the gunk. You've unplugged the drain and it's going down the drain. Every breath, your body gets more and more empty and more empty and more empty. Keep breathing. Holding awareness at the tailbone. Think about your tailbone. Think about your butt. Think about your hips. Be in your body, deep, deep down in the body. Hips, legs, and feet. And be inside. Your attention, your awareness, your thought, get out of here. Get out of your brain, get out of your mind, get into your body. Just be. That's all I want you to do is just be in your body. And think about being in the center, at the base of the spine or lower. Breathe and soften. Woo! Anybody? Did anybody's numbers go down? Let's recalibrate for change. How do we do that? We go back into our center and we go back to recalling that experience that you brought up the first time. Does it now trigger a new memory with a new emotion and a new sensation? Did the feeling in your body, did it move somewhere else? Did it change and just become less of a number? Or did it go away completely? Those are your three options. Did it move? Did it change? Did it leave? So type into the chat box, move, change, or leave. If you typed in move, type a dash, and where do you feel it now? Ready, go. Gina says maybe a little bit, but I feel good from Sniffy Lemon. Do you have essential oils? Is that what you're doing? I hope so. I love essential oils. They're awesome. And essential oils are great to raise the vibration, the frequency. Patricia, woohoo! Conquered it in one tool, one exercise. She conquered hers. It left. So Patricia, now what I want you to do is just see if you can drum up any new feelings or any different feelings in your body in association with that original anxiety, trying to go back to the original, the worst time that you ever had this panic attack or the anxiety symptom come up, okay? Cheryl, yours changed. So did it go from a high number to a lower number? And if it did, what is your number, Cheryl? Yes, Gina says yes, you're using essential oils. That's awesome. Pauletta, yours moved up into the throat. Oh, I'm feeling yours, actually. That's interesting. Tapped into you for some reason. Feeling it in the throat. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Pauletta, I'm hoping, and I'm assuming this is usually how it goes, but tell me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming that the feeling actually reduced a little and it moved to the throat. So I think yours was in the heart. Am I right? I'm going to go back and see if I can find where yours was, Pauletta. I don't think you typed in the chat box where yours originated. Were you feeling it in the heart originally, Pauletta? And now you're feeling it in the throat. So I'm just trying to determine, is it moving up? Jennifer's changed a little, but have distractions, maybe a 9, but still pretty deep. It's a different electrical feel. Wow, Sabrina, good job. You're really good at identifying what you feel inside of your body. Good job, Melanie. I don't feel it in my head, I don't feel it. My head, forehead. But otherwise, I don't know. Okay, if you feel lighter, a little more fluffy, a little bit less burdened or less heavy, then you've probably released it. Cheryl's, yes, a 10 to a 4. Awesome. Good job. Good job. You guys, you're making progress. Shauna's went from an 8 to a 5. Gina's went from a 7 to a 5. Pauletta's was in the ear. Now it's in the throat. So it is moving down. The energy's moving down for you. Awesome. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little bit slow. There's a lag in the comments, so sorry about that. And Gina's feeling it in the gut. Here's what we're going to do. One more. This is just another tool to help bypass the brain and get into the sensations and feelings of the body. We're encouraging the body to raise the frequency. Melanie started thinking about her granddaughter. Interesting. You might be tied to your granddaughter with this psychic problem. So maybe we can look at that too. We could maybe open up some possibilities for how to clear and release that for both. I'm assuming your granddaughter is still living. Okay. Awesome. Let's move on to our next tool to see if we can get the numbers to go down even farther. Take all of your attention and go inside of your body. Drop down to the base of the spine and breathe. Drop your shoulders. Use the exhale to relax your body and release any tension that you're noticing, especially in your jaw, your face. We're going to do, this is an exercise that I love doing while I'm on camera because it's so not humiliating at all. But we're going to do it anyways because it opens up this vagus nerve in the neck, and it will also help to open up what's coming up in the upper gut as well. So we're going to do that because most of you guys are feeling it in this region. Yes, she's with us. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Melanie. Yeah, you are definitely tied to your granddaughter in some way. There's some sort of a psychic connection or a bond or a contract of some sort that you have with her. And so she's probably going to share some of your same struggles, some of your same anxiety issues, possibly. So watch for that. Okay, here we go, everybody. This is the next tool. Taking your awareness, dropping down to the base of the spine. Breathe up and down the body. When you breathe down, when you breathe out, just imagine all the energy getting sucked down and out your feet into a giant black hole below you. And just let your body get empty. And now we're going to open up this vagus nerve right here. It's one of the largest nerves in your body, one of them. The other one is the sciatic nerve in your hip. And so we're going to open this one up. This is a major channel that will help to move emotional stuck energy. And so one of the best ways to do it is to squeeze it, tighten it, hold it really, really tight for about 6 counts. And then when you breathe out, you're going to let it go. You're going to just release. Okay, Melanie, you're going to be clearing for your granddaughter today and for yourself. Okay. And I wish I had more time because I could teach you how to tap into her energy and just assist in the process of healing however you guys are connected. So that you get to be connected on the level of love. You get to be connected on a higher frequency, it's like you changed the radio station and you're both listening to it at the same time, and you turn to the dial and change the station, and you both get to enjoy it. So that's basically what you're doing. It's not like you're manipulating her energy. You're just inviting a new frequency is all. Here we go. Holding awareness at the base of the spine, breathing and softening. As you breathe out, let your body get more and more empty. What we're going to do is clamp down on these muscles. I like to call this the smiley face. So you're going to smile really big. Pull your lips all the way towards your ears. Raise your eyebrows up towards the top of your head. Make your eyes really big. And take a selfie and post it in the chat box below. Really big. 6 counts. Go. Do not take a screenshot or I will be mad. 6 counts. When you're done, breathe that out. Take your attention to the base of the spine and just release and soften. One more time. This time, what I want you to do is we're going to open up the mouth, open up the eyes, lift the eyebrows, pull everything towards your ears and up. And breathe out all the gunk, breathe out all the tension, and release. Good, good. Drop your shoulders, guys. When you breathe out, drop those shoulders. Relax the eyeballs, the muscles behind your eyes. Still feeling a little bit of tension in the upper heart area and like the ribs between the shoulder blades. Someone's feeling it in the back. Just in this heart region, quite a bit of tension coming up. I don't know who's got that going on. Go ahead and breathe and release and soften. So what we're doing is we're changing the vibration of the energy. Now I'm going to have you guys finish this off by 5 really short fire breaths in through the nose. Gina, it's yours. Jennifer, it's yours. Okay, here's what we're going to do to quiet that. If you guys are ever experiencing a panic attack or an anxiety, like that fight or flight feeling or that stage fright feeling in your body where you just cannot get on top of it, you cannot control it, I'm going to teach you one more breath. And this is called the anxiety release breath. It just really helps you to get into your body and surrender. The whole goal is to surrender all tension wherever it shows for you, okay? Surrender. I'm going to say it again because I want to. It's surrender. And so surrender basically means it is what it is and I'm okay. That's the feeling behind it. It is what it is and I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm an infinite being here. I can't die. I can't lose anything. There is no threat to an infinite being. So tap into that infinity within you, please. Good. Sabrina, good job. Good job. That is a release when you feel that shiver or the chills. If you feel a change in temperature, if you notice that you're yawning, sneezing, burping, coughing, whatever there's others. I'm not going to go into that because it's just not as gross. But whatever the release is that your body starts showing you, that means that you've transformed the energy, you've changed the energy, and now you're just letting it go. So notice, watch for yawning, watch for coughing, watch for any kind of bodily release, any body temperature change. If you get colder, that's an indicator that you have raised the vibration of the energy in your body or the frequency of what you've called attention to. You've raised the frequency and now it's moving. So some of you guys will feel cold. Yeah, notice that. Good job. Good. Our last release technique for today that I want to teach you, please take notes on these, you guys. Go back and watch the replay as much as you can and take notes and write these down so you can remember to come back to these tools. Gina says, I feel like my stomach is bloating. Very fascinating. So let the energy is expanding, is what's happening. So can you allow for that expanse to take place? So I want you to just pretend that the energy is just light, like the rays of the sun. And it's penetrating your body and going out from the boundaries of your body. There is no boundary. Your light within your body is just expanding out from your center, and it's going out into infinity in every direction, above you, below you. Good. Ooh, and there is a little bit of worry in there. I just felt worry come to the surface. Does that make you feel not safe to be expanded out and spread out? Because there was quite a bit of worry that came up. Are you a worrier by nature? Woo! Okay. Oh, wow. Gina, what I want you to do, I'm going to stand up so you can see, but right here, just below the sternum, right where the solar plexus is, below the sternum and above the belly button, just below the ribs. Not a worrier. I always have grief. Ooh, yeah. There's definitely some worry coming up from somewhere. Oh, now I'm feeling the grief. That's coming up in the heart again. Here's what I want you to do. Place your thumb on that little ledge where the belly is, the top of the belly. Place your thumb and press down. Jennifer, maybe I'm picking up on you, girl. When you breathe out, drop your shoulders and release all of the tension in your belly. This is for all of you guys. If you feel like you have not yet released everything, if you still feel like there's a little bit left. Yeah. Shauna says, it's scary at first, but the more I concentrate, the better it feels. Yeah. I don't want you to concentrate though, girl. Do not concentrate because that puts you up in your head. Just get into your body and just be. Just be. No thinking is allowed here. No thinking, concentrating is allowed. You can take your awareness, you can take that, your consciousness, and you can move down into your body. But I want you to be inside your body. All the thinking happens from deep down inside your body, at the base of the spine, or the hips and legs and feet. All the thinking is going to come from there. This is a divine place. In Kundalini Yoga, they do believe that that is the portal to your higher self. It's the portal to the spirit dimension. It's actually an access point. So the third eye is also one, but we don't want to go to the third eye because it's going to tempt you to get into your thinking mind, and there's going to be all this mind chatter, and it will prevent you from processing. So stop thinking and just start being in your body. Just be. Just be with the feelings. Gina, I'm not really releasing. Woo! Gina, do you see how you just judged the energy there? Rather than judge it, I want you to say out loud, I want you to just say out loud, what if this could be different? What if this could be different? And invite the energy to change or move or do something different. We're not controlling it. We're not controlling it. We're inviting a change. So I want you to put a hand over your belly, maybe both hands over your belly, feel that warmth, and just say, what if this could be different, as you soften and release. We're allowing all the tension in the body to just go. So here's what we're going to do, you guys. I want you to practice the art of surrender. Surrender is this. Take your attention and go inside your body and just be inside your body. This is the best thing that you could do in the middle of a panic attack. Get out of your brain, get into your body, and just be in there and breathe. When you add the breath, you're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and hold it on the exhale, because that will help to pull you down deeper. Drop your shoulders. Hold, hold, hold. Now breathe in. Release the tension. Hold, hold, hold. Breathe in again. Gina, hands are over your belly. Drop, hold, hold, hold. Do you notice that that grounds you? That breath, holding it on the bottom of the exhale will help to ground you deep into your body. Also, at the same time, you're just going to let go of the muscles in your belly. Muscles in your belly get to release. They get to let go. Drop your shoulders. If you have to release tension in the jaw, because some of it's coming up in the jaw for some of you guys, Just drop your jaw. Raise your eyebrows. Hold for about 6 to 10 counts. And then release and breathe all that tension out. Pauletta, okay, good. Oh, there's the release. There you go. Did you feel that? I don't know if you felt that. There was a release right there. All right, and somebody just opened up in the ears, between the ears. Did you notice a clearing? You can hear better? Like, you know, when your ears pop and they open up? Somebody just released in there, the throat and jaw. Okay, good. Getting better. I'm amazed. Yeah, well, I can feel it. That's just why. It's a blessing and a curse. It's kind of one of my gifts. Everyone has this ability. You all can tap into this. You all can do what I'm doing. You all can. I am nothing special. I really am not. Everyone can learn how to do this. I clench my teeth a lot, grinding during sleep. Woo! Okay, Sabrina, what I want you to do before you go to bed, this is the last tool. What time is it? What time? It's 10 after. Okay, so we're pretty much done. But this is the last tool I'm going to leave you guys with as far as releasing stuff that you put awareness and attention on. It's called the anxiety release breath. And it goes like this. Touch your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Touch your tongue to the roof of the mouth lightly, right on the hard palate, just behind your teeth. And we're going to breathe, holding your tongue there the entire time. In Kundalini Yoga, they do believe that you have these electrical circuits that go through your body, like you have a positive and a negative charge. And when you touch the tongue to the roof of the mouth, it closes the loop, it completes the circuit. And so then it creates this loop or a channel for that electricity to travel through your body and open things up for you. So that's what we're doing when we touch the tongue. It's a 4-7-8 breath. You're going to breathe in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to hold for 7. 2, 3, ha, 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 ha. And then breathe out for 8. Now, that was a practice. We're going to do it 4 times. You guys ready? 4 times. Everybody do it together. Do it on your own counting schedule. You don't have to follow mine, but the tongue stays touching the entire time, and your awareness deep down in your body at the base of the spine. Do not leave the base of the spine, please. This is what you're going to do, Sabrina, before you go to bed at night, every night. If you guys do this breath every day, 2 times a day, this series of breaths, 2 times a day, it'll take you 2 minutes to get through it. It'll help you go to sleep. It'll regulate blood pressure. It'll help quiet anxiety. It helps to reduce addictions. I can't even list all of the many benefits that this breath can do for you if you do it every day. Do it in the morning, do it at night, or do it when you feel a panic attack coming on. Okay, here we go. We're going to do 4 of them. Ready with me? Here we go. Breathing in. Hold. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. One more. Hold. Out. Awareness is at the base of the spine. You all should feel calmer. You should feel a lot more relaxed. Is anybody, raise your hand, give me a number in the chat box, is anybody still feeling anything left at all? And if that's a yes, give me where you feel it and how much, because I don't want to leave you hanging. we're pretty much done. I just don't want to leave those of you who are hanging. If the rest of you guys want to exit this video, you're welcome to. We're pretty much done, except for the stragglers that want to finish up. You guys can stay. Just a reminder, tomorrow is day 3. We are definitely going to be talking about casting entities out of your body, and I'm going to take you through a process that will help you to tap in to your inner, higher, most authentic, infinite self. I'll teach you how to tap into that on purpose, and I'll teach you how I learned how to do that. So do not miss tomorrow. It's going to be really amazing. Really, really amazing. So we'll definitely be doing that. I'll also do a little bit more healing with those of you guys who want to do some healing. Shauna's got tightness in the throat. Only a 1. Wow, good job. If it's only a 1. So what I want you to do, throat is about speaking your truth. It's about speaking your truth. So can you say out loud the word me and have the sound go from the base of the spine up the entire spine and out the top of your head like this? Me. My neighbors always laugh when I do that. Me. All the way up and out. Make sound flow all the way up the body, opening up that channel. We're just opening up space. And we use sound to do it because sound is vibration, right? This is all scientific, you guys. It's not woo-woo. Sound is vibration. So do it again. Say the word me. Me. Okay, good. Now, everybody tap in. We're going to recalibrate for change. Everybody tap into that original problem, that original anxiety trigger, symptom, problem that you first came up with at the beginning of this session. That feels better, Shauna. Good job. I think you released it. In the V of the chest and a 3. Okay, tapping. You can do tapping and just say to yourself, I love myself. I love myself. You can even go over into the fleshy part, like right here in the fleshy part of the just below the collarbone. It's probably really tender right there. And just rubbing around in circles and say, I love myself completely. I love myself. And then tapping in the center again. You can tap on the throat. Tapping back down on the thymus gland. This is the heart center. So thymus gland, we're just waking it up and just say, I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. Diana, I'm going to private message you, okay? Daily ongoing nausea. There's something to that. There's something behind that. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to take a look at that. I'll private message you, though. I love myself. Keep doing that until you feel like it releases. If it doesn't release, use sound to go up the body. You can use we, you can use me, or you can just do like a, ugh. You know how when you're really frustrated and you're trying to release energy that's pent up in your body and you just instinctively go, ugh. Do that. I know, you guys are laughing at me. So funny. When I tried me, it skips over the throat area. Wow, okay, so Cheryl, you definitely do have a little bit of a blockage there. Maybe you and I could do a little bit of work through private message as well. So I will private message you, and let's just see if we can try a few things in the chat box in Messenger off of this platform, because I don't want to take too much time in this class. I would like to keep it a little shorter. Kristen just got in on the breathing. I feel better. I can't wait to go back and I can't wait for you to watch everything too. I'm glad that you were able to jump in with us. And again, you guys have access to the replays for up to 24 hours. I will take the day 1 is going to go down later tonight, so you do have some time. And then also there were some concerns in the group. I am going to do my best. If I have time, I will try to put these videos up on a web page that you'll have access to up until the end of the weekend. I can't guarantee that because I've been really swamped this week, but if I have time to do that, I will definitely try to do that for you guys. I know you have loved ones that wanted to participate as well. So I just want to give everybody an equal opportunity to get the most out of this process. I love you guys. Love you, love you. You are awesome. You're amazing. You did great work today. Lots of healing. Lots of healing. I love tapping that point, says Shauna. I use it in traffic and when I feel panic. Yeah. You can also tap the forehead. You can tap the sides of the temples. You can tap under the eye, under the nose, the chin, and the jaw, along the jawline. You can do the clavicle, like where the two collarbones end right here. Love you back. That would be wonderful. Okay. And then you can tap underneath the ribs. And also right here, this below where your ring finger, like see the V of these two fingers? Draw a line in between the two tendons and tap in there. And just say, I love myself. I love myself. I love myself so much. I am so awesome. I am so amazing. You know what? We don't give ourselves permission to love ourselves. We think it's vanity, and that's just a bunch of bunk. It's a bunch of bunk. The only pathway to healing is loving yourself, because you can't love other people any more than you love yourself. So I give you permission to love yourself, and say it out loud, often. Hey, Karen, glad you guys joined us. We are jumping off. I will probably post either tonight or tomorrow. You guys will get another PDF handout. That PDF handout will be the summary of what we accomplished on day one, what we did today, all of the teaching and the learning and the steps and the process. I'll try to put that into a summary for you guys so that you can at least print it out and have access to that. And anything else? There's only going to be a total of maybe 2 or 3 handouts total from this class. But I'll try to post one later on tonight that you guys have access to so you can review day 1 and day 2. And then it will also, that handout will also prep you for day 3. So watch for that. If you don't get access to it right away, or if you wait till tomorrow, it's not a big deal. It's yours to keep. You can print it out. It's my gift to you. So I love you guys. I love spending time with you. I love watching you go through these transformations. What you healed today, what you cleared and released today is gone. That will not come back. So feel that light, fluffy feeling. Enjoy it the rest of the day. More stuff is probably going to come to the surface, so we'll work on that tomorrow. Okay, mwah. See you tomorrow. Bye.